So I got this car, and really nice looking. Here it is in pieces because I noticed that one set of wheels kept popping off. So upon further examination, you can see that underneath that's all cracked where the screw goes in, and on the other side it's not quite as bad, but still pretty cracked where the screw goes in. So I'm going to attempt to fill these in with something so that I could then drill it out a little bit and get something to bite in terms of the screw holding in the wheels. So I'm going to try this. This is a 5-second fix, and I'm a huge fan of this, and I'm having trouble finding it. This was a tube I had bought a while back, and the stuff inside eventually kind of cracked through the plastic of the tube. But surprisingly enough, after a few months of the tube missing its end, I tried it on something else and it actually still works. Cures with UV, and there's not much UV in my basement, so it's actually still liquid inside the tube. I'm going to try and put this onto the car and kind of make a little mound of it, and then cure it, and then see if I can kind of tap into it and drill it. So let's see how that works. And so here it is. So I put a drop there, and then what you do is just kind of get this, the UV light, and you kind of cure it for a few seconds, and that should be good. Okay, so now after hitting it with the UV, you can see that basically it's very solid. I'm going to build it up a little bit more. So I'm just kind of, taking it out of the tube with the Q-tip here, and then dabbing it on and building it up. Fortunately, I can't do that in film at the same time, so I can only show you the before and after. So do a little more. There we go. Don't know if it's really focused. Is it focused? There we go. That should be all it takes. Let's see how it came out. Yep, definitely good at this point. So we're going to see about how it fits. It's going to fit. This thing has to fit over top. Right. So obviously no problem. So it seems like everything fits back together properly. So question. So the first thing I'm going to do is attempt to file this flat, and then I'm going to start a hole, and then we'll see how far we get. So again, I apologize for having to go back and forth, but I don't have a way to film this while I'm actually doing it. Okay, so what I've got next is a really tiny screwdriver blade that I mounted in just like an X-Acto knife kind of jaw. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that, and it's having a hard time focusing on this for some reason. I'm going to use that to kind of start a hole just by putting a little pressure and turning it manually onto this tip of plastic, which I kind of filed a little bit flat. And so just like that, it's just kind of like go a little bit back and forth to try and start a small hole there to give me something to build on, so that when I screw this thing together, it'll go in right there in the middle. Okay, so what I did now is I kind of upgraded it a little bit to something which is a little bit larger. And again, so next I'm just going to tap it with something like that. Okay, so here it is all put together, and we can see that everything stays put. So I've now got something that I can put into service. Seems to be holding together pretty well. And that's it for this. On to something else.